Oh, Hanaki. Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran of Mielun. Good evening. Sorry for the crazy long delay. Life is suffering. I'm not very good with technology. Anyway, hi. I'm an Oni of my word. Hello. Wow, wee woo wee woo wow. Yes. Hello. Can Onis even become a nun? I literally officiated a wedding. I literally officiated a wedding, in case you forgot. And they are still very happily married. So I'm 1 for 1. Wife is gone though? Well, yeah, this isn't a custom asset. I can't edit the tattoo onto everything I own. Please. Anyways, hi. Hey. Hello. Not a mom, but a sister. Yes, praise be. Yes, indeed. Praise be. Is this a confession stream? No. It can be another time, maybe. And that would actually give me more time to figure out how to use this asset a little bit better. But anyways, this stream is not intended to be a confession stream. Today is only none. No. That would only be if this stream was also on Sunday, but it is not. Don't worry about it. Anyway, hi. I kind of forgot what I wanted to talk about today because it was just such a pain in the ass getting this set up, so I guess we're just gonna chill. Hello. Hope you guys have been having a okay start to your week. Happy Monday. Happy OniMon. This is the 60th one. Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. You don't confess to the sister, but to daddy. Okay, I guess that's fair. Never really thought that far ahead. The rants come naturally. We will see. I can't wait for 420. So true. I don't know what we'll do that stream. Maybe I'll just make everything green tinted. We're 9 numbers away from greatness. That's true. I also have to figure out something funny to do for the 69. Maybe we'll do a spicy question Q&A for 69. That could be fun. OniMon 69? No, today is 60. Number 69 on 420? Wait, would it fall on 420? No, it wouldn't. You lied to me. You lied to me! It's fine. Not even close, that's what I'm saying. Wishful thinking, if only. Also, that would be a Sunday, so it wouldn't work. We can have 8 more OniMons today? Sure, let me just schedule those up real quick. We'll do a speed run. Each one will be 30 minutes long. You should have done half a funny stream for OniMon 9 and saved the punchline for today. Do you really think that Production Kawaii's Hana Mizuki's Yuno Hanaki was thinking that far ahead? You really think she had thoughts? Never. Clearly she was? No. That version of Yuno Hanaki had no idea that her company was going to fucking blow up and that she was going to be out of a job. So, no. You'd have to do it in a later year and skip a bunch of OniMons. Well, wouldn't that make you guys happy? Because then that would mean there'd be more Oni sons or whatever the hell. I feel like you guys would be happy about that in the end. June 16th, 6/16. There's nary a 9 to be seen, but there's plenty of 6s. You know what that means. Fish. Anyway. content thoughts. I have a lot. I don't know where to begin. Only Oni Thurs can truly make me happy? What do you mean Oni Thurs? I still love that February 2nd, 2022 was on a Tuesday. This is very true. That was a very blessed day for people who like the number 2. Blessed be. What is a 6 but an inverted 9? No, a 6 is a reverse 9. You might be confusing it with Oni Maze where we'll have an Oni weekly every day. How do I tell you that we... that's not how weekly works. If it's weekly, you can only have one once a week. I can't wait for May 55th. So true. May 55th, let's freaking go. Not what I was expecting in the least. Hello. Praised be. Blessed be of the, nun variety. I don't know how nuns talk. I'd have to do more research on that, I guess. I don't know how nuns talk. How do I look? You better say very wonderful. If you ask them, they'll say none your business. True. They mostly just yell at you. That's fair. Very wonderful. Yes. Good. Nondescript? What the frick? I put in all this work for you and I get a nondescript? Messed up. Sick and twisted, I say. Need the hands unclasped more than I need food and water. I think this model does have toggles, but I'm too scared to use any of them. It took me so long to set this up that I'm scared to untoggle things and make it go broken. Use them? I don't know what they are. I'm not sure what they are. I'd actually have to look at the settings for them. I don't know. I didn't bother to check and commit any of them to memory. I'm guessing they're tied to just the number keys. Thank you so much. If I had to assume. Also, thank you, Destroyer of Worlds, for the $6.90. Haha, nice. Offertory for the Church of Yuno. Let's go. The Church of the Hanaki. I went to non-Catholic school for 6 years. Nuns talk in the most direct, no-nonsense way possible. Low to moderate tone of voice. Oh, slay. I already talk like that. That's part of my mental illness. Smile. I already have a very dry and flat tone. I love that for me! Do it, you won't? I don't know how to use them! I didn't look. I'd have to turn all of this off so that I could recheck what the settings are. We live in a society, okay? My mental illness. Yeah, no, I'm very correct about this. That is how I describe it, and so that is how it be. But yes, Ohanaki. So I've had some thoughts. I've talked about it very briefly with members, but I guess I'm talking about it more openly with, all of you. Because I'm juggling these thoughts back and forth, and I guess it would kind of impact you guys the most with what I'm thinking about, so I guess we can just kind of say what we wanna, do what we wanna. Daniel Smith, thank you for the $7.77. Get holy, all you parentheses me degens. Thank you for this offering. Hopefully this will purify the sinners in chat. But now you're making me do girl math with these friggin' cursed numbers. Hold on. 6.9 plus the 777. Okay. I think it's... Hopefully this is correct. Oops. It's not. I typoed. Don't pay attention to that. Yippee! Yeah! 1467. We do not see the long hair often. Hello, long hair. Yeah, you can actually see the length of my hair now. It's not hidden by the back of my giant freaking kimono. Very real. What is this? Please hold. Kaya sent me something. What is this? It has kanji characters on it I don't understand. Help. Hold on. Very green. Yeah, you've never seen it, but I have a green undertone to my hair. It's very subtle when I'm like in my normal suit. But as I will kindly remind, this is going to be going away. It won't be green anymore. And this also isn't really a spoiler, but because I've said it before. But my hair is also going to be even longer, if you can believe. Like, currently, my hair goes to my butt. It's gonna be longer. I won't tell you how much longer, but it's gonna be longer. I'm truly going Rapunzel. There's this thing, right? What is this? Oh. I see. Naruhodo. Okay, so Kaya sent me an alternative nun outfit if you guys want to see a different one. Would you like me to use a different one? Because I'm sure you've all seen this one before. Yes? Okay. I will have to leave to get changed again. So Choto a minute. Where is my... Okay. Hold on, I'm getting changed. Didn't you have a third one as well from a long time ago? That's the Miko outfit. That's not technically the same as a nun. Alright, let me take this crap off. Let me take all this crap off. Alright, now I have to do all of the work that usually needs to be done with importing assets like this. So I will talk to you guys while I do this, just so that it's not totally boring. So main thing I'm thinking about is changing stream frequency. I am thinking of adding streams. As the people are like, but you know, weren't you just dealing with burnout? Yes, but also consider, your girl's broke. Your girl's broke and doesn't really have a lot of options. So, I am thinking about, so the main thing I've been thinking about in terms of stream frequency is I am considering streaming twice a day, but not every day of the week, right? Because due to the fact that I experience a thing called a burnout, I think I still need a few days off a week to focus on offline work, and also to, like, recollect my brain for when I do a lot of streaming. And I also feel like this would allow me to target, the other time zones for the people who can't always make the evening streams. Evening streams have worked really well for me, and especially during... Oh, hi, Nami. Sorry, I'm not on screen because I'm changing clothes. But I'm here. Hi, Nami. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. I'm doing VTS stuff, importing an asset. You know how it be. Hello. Lord forgive me, but it's time to go back to the old me. You know, going back to multiple streams a day. Literally, that is the thought process here. Yes, sir. You are correct. So, like, this is something I've been considering because... I mean, I've already said it, but... Need money. Money need. Money require. Let me rename this. 3 streams in one day? No. I'm thinking it's still going to be 2 streams a day. This is only if I decide to go through with this idea, mind you. I haven't fully committed yet. I'm just thinking about it. But, like, right now, the main thing I'm thinking about is being able to target multiple time zones. And I used to stream during afternoon in my time zone. Whoa, 2 12-hour stream. No. No, that would mean I'm streaming all hours of the day on the days that I stream. I can't do that. But I've had the thought that I want to be able to go back to, like, streaming for that time zone. And then, like, streaming for as long as I can. Having, like, a little break in between to, like, rest and eat. And then having the usual evening stream at, like, the normal prime time. So that would mean you'd be getting, like... Depending on how many days I choose to stream a week, because I'm still debating how I want to split the off days, it'd probably be around, like, at minimum, 8 streams a week. Depending on how I split it. At the very least, I'm thinking Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday would definitely be stream days if I did this angle. Wednesday kind of still has to be my day off for reasons. And then, like, I don't know what I would do with the weekends still. I'm thinking if I switch to double streaming and I have 2 streams on Friday, though, maybe the Friday evening stream would become the new, Oh, I like this asset, actually. You guys might like this one a lot, actually. I see. I understand why she sent this to me. So the members stream would then happen Fridays at 8 p.m. instead of Saturdays. I'm thinking, because I'm thinking maybe the weekends would become a off day period so that I could, like, get a lot of things done and stuff. So, like, maybe Wednesday and then Saturday and Sunday would not be stream days. Where Oni girl, I'm changing. Please forgive, I'm changing. I'll be with you shortly. I'm almost done. You always have to schedule your rest days? Yeah! That's kind of what I have been thinking. I feel like it would just overall be smarter for me. You're always with us shortly. Shut up. Stop it. You are mean and terrible to me. Is this the right angle? Is the right size? God, sizing assets is always the worst part. I never know how to size it to, like, be proportionate to me. So I usually make myself small and then size the asset, because then if I scale it up, it usually works better that way. As long as I'm not a fool. But unfortunately, I am Boo Boo the Fool quite often, so... This doesn't always work. Not quite. Size it extra large so you always look baby mode? No! Not like this. Yeah, this feels okay. Oh wait, before I do this, I have to... Pin between layers, I love you. I love you, pin between layers. Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you. So epic, so based. All right. This is courtesy of Kaya, so you're welcome. I think this is sized right. I feel like it is. If not, well, it's fine. Actually, wait, I'm paranoid. I'm gonna fix it. I'm almost done though, for real though. I'm paranoid. I want to make sure that I'm proportionate. The last thing I want is for you guys to make fun of me for not looking proportionate. This way, right? I think so. Okay, this looks fine. Well, if it works, it works. I'm just going to pre-laugh. Thanks. May have forgotten start time and YouTube didn't autoplay till I refreshed. Well, I was also like hella late, so it's partially my fault too. Okay. Hi. Do we like this one better? Dios mío. Do you like this better? I'm normal. Are you though? It's okay if you're not. Where is wife? Again, it's not customized. She would be covered by the thigh high anyway. Awooga! I see what Kaya cooked up. Yes, I do understand. This also works a lot better for me because the other nun asset had like 3 parts and I was really struggling. So this is a lot better because it's just one. It's just one part. Anyway, hi. New look. This probably works better. Saint became the sinner. Just a little bit of corruption as a treat. Everybody's saying forgive me. That's not how you hold a cross though. How would you know? I'm literally a nun. I think I would know best. The Saintess of the Golden Bow cosplay. The Saintess if she got corrupted by the Demon Queen. For real, for real. But yeah, okay. So I guess to get back to the original conversation, please pay attention to me. Please pay attention. I'm kidding, by the way. You can stare all you want. Why ask for forgiveness when you can ask for punishment? Wouldn't you be set on fire by wearing that? Not if I am already corrupted. You have to wiggle every 30 seconds to keep chat's attention. I saw this short the other day that would be really funny to use the audio for my own short, and I'm thinking about doing it. Because the whole point of it is that it's a person trying to explain, they're like trying to talk about something. I think they're explaining lore about the backrooms or whatever. And then they have like key jingling in the background and they're just like, hey, pay attention, jingle jingle, the backrooms, I'm saying your favorite word, pay attention. And it's very funny. So I'm thinking about using that audio because I feel like that suits you guys really well. I'll bring on the keys PNG and just be like, the keys. I'm saying your favorite word, keys, pay attention. The wings and tail kind of match the horns. They would probably match more if they were gold. But I do understand. I do agree that it kind of matches the overall vibe. It has to be the rainbow keys, of course. No other keys would do for my chat. I know what you guys like. They know what the people want. By they, I mean me. Mm-hmm. You know, the next unholy character confirmed. I would love to be a cameo character in a game at some point in my life. I have to work a bit harder to actually earn it, but I would love it. Game devs, I'm looking at you. Visual novel devs, I'm looking at you. You know is Ogrepon, but Puntable is Klefki. So true. Because she's the key thief. I understand. But you know, in a fighting game, I don't know about a fighting game. But I would love to play a character in a fighting game. That could be very funny and silly. It could be very funny and silly. I'd main you. That's actually very flattering. Should be the background character cheering on the guy beating up a car. True. Put Yuno in a tsundere role? Man. I would play literally any archetype if it meant I could be in a video game or a visual novel, I guess, if we're going specifics. Could you imagine my voice coming out of a character in a dating sim? Would you play it? I would play it. I'd finally get to be one of those voice actors that's just like, I'm streaming the game that I voiced in. Wow, crazy. Maybe? Hell yeah. BRB adding some tips on Twitter. I mean, I've been very fortunate. I've actually been approached by a few, Otome devs in the past. Not just Saintis. Saintis I've just done the most collaborations for. But there have been other devs that have reached out to like do collaborative stuff, and I'm just like, heck yeah. I love this for me. Voice actress Yuno goes hard, I remember. Yes. I want to do more voice acting. I guess to bring this back to the original topic of content thoughts, now that I've talked about frequency a little bit and what I'm considering there, I would like to release more voice packs, because I have my Patreon. I've been posting on it, but I haven't really been like releasing proper content on it as of yet, but I'd like to. Specifically, I've had the thought that I'm kicking around in my brain, but I think I want to release a couple voice packs that are specifically going to be used with the proceeds going towards the models. Like, I'm thinking specifically maybe lore-themed voice packs, or like something more related to like 1.0 Yuno, so that way we can use content for 1.0 Yuno's lore to fund 2.0. Is kind of what I'm thinking. That's the vision. That's the vibe. So I'm thinking about like ideas for stuff like that, because when I asked about content you guys wanted to see more of, there were several people who said lore and several people who said like more voice acting stuff, and I would like to try and do more with 1.0's lore before moving to 2.0, just so I can like finally tell some of those stories. And I feel like if I made the proceeds for those voice packs go towards the models, that would just be even better. Voice acted lore, yeah, exactly. Because I really like telling stories with my lore, and I think it would be cool to make voice packs out of it for the people that are interested in it, and then have that money go directly into funding 2.0, and then working towards 2.0's lore eventually. Lore stuff is kind of hit or miss. I am aware that not everybody is as into lore as I am, but I like telling stories, and I feel like it would be a good way to Share the lore, and then also have a way to directly fund 2.0. So that's something I'm thinking about. And then, like, in a similar vein, if there's something I feel like I can't tell in, like, a voice pack audio drama medium, I could just write out stories and have those be paid posts as well. So then I can put those on the shop the same way that I put the voice pack stuff up there. But you could just have, like, paid short stories or, like, little novellas about the Yuno Hanaki Onigashima lore, should you be so inclined. And then again, proceeds would probably be set to go towards the models, because I had to drop a pretty big amount of money today for the first payment, and it's fine. I still have a little bit of cushion. I'm not, like, dying. And it's thanks to you guys being so kind and, like, working towards all the goals and, like, helping out with being able to pay it. I'm very thankful for that. It's the most I've ever spent in one go, so I'm still kind of in shock that I did it. Like, I've been lightheaded kind of all day whenever I think about it. The life of an Onigashima girl who hasn't really been a big baller before, dropping a bunch of money, I've just been like, Jesus Christ, this could have done so much. And instead I'm using it for anime woman. But again, it's a business expense. I'm trying to justify it in my head. This VTuber spent how much? Honestly, there are plenty of models in the world that are much more expensive than mine. It's just that this amount is an amount that I never have spent in one go before. Like, in the end, honestly, my models are very affordable. It's just the fact that I'm paying for two at the same time that's making it, like, this big. I probably could have been not as greedy and just decided to go with one design first, but because my mama offered to do both at the same time, that's why the price shot up so much. Because they're working on two simultaneously. And it's going to be worth it, because it means after I debut 2.0, we'll already have a new outfit waiting in the wings to debut later. But because of that, it did cause, like, the requirement doubled a little. But it's okay. I think the next time they ask for a payment, it shouldn't be as big, is my hope. So, crossing my fingers, manifesting. But yeah, so voice packs and, like, maybe paid for short stories or novellas about lore was another thing I was thinking about doing. And that would require probably more behind-the-scenes work, which might mean more work streams kind of similar to what I did on Sunday. I'm actually quite surprised that the Sunday stream seemed to go pretty well. That was part of why I started thinking about streaming more times a day, because I feel like the earlier time slots sometimes really work out for me in terms of numbers. I won't get too into the numbers, but I feel like those streams end up doing surprisingly well, and they target, like, a different side of my audience. And I'd like to be able to, like, interact with and talk to more of you guys live. So maybe experimenting with times, even if it's multiple times a day, it might be the move. Such is my thought. She loves us. I do. I say this all the time, but, like, I really don't want you to think that I don't love you, because I do. You guys piss me off sometimes, but it's never, like, actual serious. I feel like Sundays are a wild card. Sometimes no one is streaming, and others everyone is streaming on Sundays. I think that's fair. I always used to think that Sundays were, like, not the best day to stream, because I feel like nobody is available that day to watch streams, so I never really... I mean, I did used to stream on Sundays rather regularly, partially because I thought no one else was streaming, but they were always kind of hit or miss days numerically as well. It's the endearing type of piss you off? Exactly. There's never been a time you guys have legitimately made me angry, if that's, like, what you're worried about. I've never truly hated you. I've gotten mad, usually playfully. There've been, like, one or two times I can think of where I was actually mad. But it's so few and far between. In my experience, there is a dearth of streams on Sundays. Naruhodo ne. But yeah, I don't know. I've just kind of been like wanting to experiment more with times again and frequency again. The olden days of the Yuno Hanaki who could stream like pretty much every day of the month. While that probably won't happen again because I am trying to prioritize a little bit of balance, I feel like the compromise of streaming twice a day, several days a week might be a decent enough move. It would increase output, you guys would have more streams to watch, or VODs if you weren't able to make one time or the other. It would let me experiment a bit more with different kinds of content in a week, too. Because something I have discovered with making schedules recently is that because I have a lot of series going on, my weeks are very repetitive, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but more experimentation is probably good. Yeah, but thank you for the $20 tip. Little gift for your hard work. Thank you. I'm always appreciative of little gift. Thank you, thank you. Yippee! That's good to know. Even when bully, I never want to overstep our boundaries. No, I know. I would always, like, actually lay down a ground rule if I felt like the bullying was getting out of hand. I've actually been seeing more VTubers have, like, moments where they have to, like, address their chat during a stream and be like, you guys have been bullying me too much. I think we need to draw back and reassess our dynamic. And I'm just like, what's it like to not communicate with your chat beforehand? Sorry, maybe that's a bit too much shade. But I feel like the fact that I am able to actively communicate with you guys is something that I feel a lot of other streamers and audiences don't necessarily have. I guess because they have to have moments where they sit down with their chat and like scold them for going too far with bullying or whatever. I'm just like, I could never do something like that. Waiting for that, you know, we need to talk stream. But you scold us all the time. Exactly. I openly communicate the minute something goes wrong. The thing that I'm talking about specifically is the people who have to have like the next time they have a random Zatsu, they're like, I have to address something before we get into the proper stream. Some of you guys have been taking your bullying too far. And I understand that that's important, and I'm glad that they finally are setting boundaries. But there's something that is always just kind of like, huh. I always just tell them right away the minute they push a boundary. Instead of, like, having to sit down the entire audience and be like, all of you suck. All of you have been cringe. Because I always feel like in those situations, maybe this is just a random opinion, but I always feel like it makes it seem like it's everybody's problem when it's only, like, the few problem children. I'd rather call out the problem children in the moment so that they're like, hey, so that it's like, hey, get with the program. Please lock in with the rest of us. I don't want to make it seem like everybody's at fault for the actions of like one or two people. And sometimes I feel like the way other creators approach it by having those sit downs and like talking like that just makes it seem like, I don't know, like if you know it doesn't apply to you, don't you feel kind of awkward listening to them like scold the chat for something? I used to have a few creators I liked watching and I'd always get kind of like, the minute they started having to scold chat. Because it's just like, I've never done anything like that. I'm also a lurker. I'm already like an anomaly. But it was always just like, I don't want to listen to this secondhand. I feel like I'm listening to someone scold their kid. I can ask forgiveness to our sister here. Yes, I will forgive you. But because I am also a demon, your forgiveness will probably still be a bit of a punishment because I think it's funny. It's a little awkward when you have to listen to someone else get called out. That's something that's always kind of hard as a streamer. It's difficult to like balance the we're here to let everyone have fun, but you do have to like put your foot down. And it's the people who can't put their foot down because they want to prioritize the overall vibe who then have to have those moments where they turn around and are like, we have to talk about this going forward. We're going to change XYZ because you guys have been doing this. And I'm just like, Just call out the person that did wrong in the initial moment. So that way every stream can still have like a mostly chill environment. That's just me. Sometimes it's vague scolding about things that happen on Twitter and I'm like, what? That too! Like, sometimes you have to remember that not everybody in your stream audience also pays attention to your Twitter. Much less to your Twitter discourse. When you put your foot down, make sure it's on my face. Banned. Banned. I'm sending you to the horny pew. Counterpoint, when lurking, you get to laugh at the chat being scolded knowing you had no part in it. I could never laugh about it, though. I usually just am too busy cringing, just like, ooh. But maybe because I understand it both from the perspective of, like, being the audience member that didn't do wrong, having to get chewed out for the actions of one person, and then simultaneously knowing what it's like as a streamer to call somebody out for their actions, and, like, knowing how much of a vibe killer that is, both for you and for the rest of the stream. I get it. Like, I know that it's hard. It's just, like, I don't know, for me, I just handle it differently. There's the streamers that also let donos do the talk or allow bad behavior because they're afraid of losing the donos. Ugh. I always feel so bad in those scenarios. There've been so many times where I'm just like, girl, just block them. Girl, just block them. You don't need it. I get it, but like, girl, please protect yourself. It's a struggle sometimes, though. Yep, nuke it from orbit. But anyways, I forget what got us on this topic, but all of this is to say, I'm always very direct with you guys, and I will usually try to call shit out in the moment, just to be like, hey, stop. And I feel like you can tell when I'm serious versus when I am doing it for memes. I've never really felt like you don't understand my vibe, or like, I never feel like you actively try to push boundaries in a way that would actually try to hurt me, generally speaking. It's always playful, Angie. Like I said, I can only think of like 1 or 2 times where I got genuinely angry. The thing that usually annoys me is that because I am moderating my own chat, if somebody's being annoying, I have to like drop what I'm doing to go do moderation stuff. That's the part I don't like. That's the part where I'm like, I wish I didn't have to do that, because it usually takes me out of the flow of like a game or whatever else I'm doing. Or I'll just be like, no, stop. I know one, wonder what 2 was. What do you think the first one was? I have to know which one you're thinking of before I can give an answer. Is this a recruitment message for mods? No. I am not looking for moderators. Honestly, my chat's not that active. I don't think I need moderators. I'm still okay doing it by myself. And I do have, like, one friend that, sometimes comes in to moderate for me if needed. And then, sometimes if the other girls are lurking my chat, they will do moderation actions. Which is nice. I don't like having to make other VTubers do the moderation work for me if I can help it, but sometimes if I need the backup, it's nice that it'll be there. Easy, the backseaters from PVZ. Yeah, that shit sucked. But the thing with PVZ was that, like, it was occasionally people who were, like, regulars, but it was also just, like, randos who were coming in and being like, you're not playing the game right. And I think it's easier to get mad at randos. I can't really like say that that was you guys at fault, like, because it was just these random new people who were coming in because it was Plant vs. Zombies, and then specifically being like intense about it, and I was just like, you shut the hell up. And then as soon as I finished getting rid of some, new people would come in and start doing it, and I'd just be like, do I need to wear a sign on my forehead? Ugh. My guess is that one time that guy was spamming and getting off topic during the Saintess stream. Which stream was that? Honestly, with Saintess, I usually was just locked in on reading and voice acting, so I can't really remember too much that happened during that. Sticky note, but instead of dumb, it says no backseating. Yeah, I just put a sticky note on my forehead that's like, no backseat. I play game my way. There was another backseating incident, can't remember the game. There's another incident I'm thinking of regarding backseating, but again, it was with like a random person and not a regular. But it was somebody who like spoiled the ending of a game. Was it Greece or was it Chance of Sinar? But they like literally spoiled the ending while I was in the midst of like the final stage. And I was pissed the fuck off. Because I was still playing it. I was just like, I'm not even there yet. What do you mean? But again, that was a random person. It was not a regular. So that's not really something that I would consider like you guys being at fault for. It was during Chance and he was talking about the symbolism of the ending or whatever. Right! Yes, thank you. I do think something similar happened in Greece though, but I don't remember. I don't think it was to the same severity as it was in Chance of Sinar. Because it was like literally the last level and I was trying to like... I was like watching the ending and like trying to experience it and they were just like, I think the symbolism means... And I was just like, can you let me finish watching the cutscene first, please? Hello? Yeah, I think Sinar was probably the worst. Also, the Grace's backseating was a comment. Yes. But also that was from a random person and not a regular. A lot of these examples are from people who are not regulars, so they are admittedly not the best examples of, like, that. I think one of the people who backseated during PvZ was a regular at the time. But that was like round 4 of me fighting off backseaters, so I remember being very angry by then. I was just like, please. I don't want to have to keep stopping my stream to say this. Man. But no, there was some other stuff that happened during that stream that pissed me off, and it wasn't even the backseating. I'm never gonna stream Plants vs. Zombies again. You would have to pay me like $6,000 if you wanted me to stream that. Because that was a fucking nightmare. Aren't you glad vertical streams are not a thing anymore? They are a thing, it's just that they don't really help you in the algorithm the same way anymore. But also, yes, I am glad that vertical streams aren't a thing, because I usually would have to, like, only do those on days when my friend was available to moderate. Days or times where my friend was able to log into their mod account to help me in case things got bad. So you're saying there can be a 10k donathon goal for PvZ? 10k? I mean, I said 6, but if you want it to be 10k and you think you can get there, I won't say no. Shit. And, like, the funny thing about PvZ getting backseated to hell and back was I was also playing with crowd control. Sorry, I don't want to keep being heated about the PvZ stream that is cursed and from hell, but, like, I was playing with crowd control. You really can't backseat me when I'm playing a version of the game that is gonna actively have sabotage. I can't really min-max my setup if I have people paying to make it blow up. I I don't understand why you would backseat that. It literally said it in the title. I was playing with crowd control on. Oh my god. I remember just thinking that was the wildest shit ever. Man. Was that over on Twitch? No. Crowd control does work for YouTube streams. I've only ever streamed on YouTube. I do have a Twitch account. I've never streamed on it though. The sad thing is that I really enjoyed the PvZ stream too. I had a lot of fun before people decided that they were going to be menaces. It was rough. That was also specifically a stream where management was like really pushing to use crowd control, and also at the time my manager really wanted me to try and do an all-night endurance. Oh, I listened to some wild ideas from management back then because I just wanted to be successful. I just wanted to be a good talent. But they like really wanted me to try and do an all-night endurance, and that also kind of contributed to the overall anger. It was the fact that it was like the middle of the night. I was getting backseated at like 3, 4, 5 a.m. my time, and I was going a little insane. I was just like, I guess it's time to perish. Bye, everybody. Not as wild as Footstream for needing dough, but okay, I'm talking about something I agreed to. The point of the Footstream with dough kneading is that that was a suggestion and that it would never had to be followed. Technically speaking, a lot of the things management suggested were never like mandatory, you need to do this. I was just willing to follow a lot of suggestions because I wanted to be a successful talent. I took whatever suggestions they threw at me because I wanted to get help to become successful. And then the company exploded, so maybe I shouldn't have listened. Footstream, bro, they were cooking. I don't remember who they suggested it to. I think it was to Lua. Was it only to Lua, or did they suggest it to anybody else? I remember Lua specifically talking about it. Who's the successful one now? Still not me, finger guns. I'm doing my best, though. I think it was mostly Lua. I mean, like, I understand why they thought to do it, because their thinking was like outlandish content that would like get a lot of eyes on you would be like a good solution. Like, the theory behind it makes sense. The execution of like actually seriously asking a talent to do that is the problem. Eyes on you, nah, eyes on your feet. Honestly, true. Eyes would have been on the feet. This is correct. Picturing them asking Charlotte that and the manager getting sent to orbit. Oh yeah, I'm sure there were probably plenty of times that they would give suggestions to Charlotte and she would just, like, harshly turn them down. Like, no. No, thank you. As is her right. Management, but it makes sense on paper. Management's just like, but we see number go up when VTuber do Footstream. And it's not so much the idea of it being a Footstream as it is like, we all have brands to uphold. So it's interesting that they would suggest something that deviates so drastically from the brand. You can be outlandish without, like, tossing away your entire branding to do something. Number up, literally. Number up. But it's always hard with donathons to make goals because you want it to be something that's like actually worth the amount that you're trying to plan it out for. And sometimes it's just hard to figure out what would really work, like what could be enticing at certain monetary goals. And I guess in some ways the thought was like, do something freaky with your feet. People will click on that. How about you endorsed foot streams? Not endorsed, just suggested. And because it was a suggestion, they were allowed to, the talents who it was suggested to were allowed to reject it. I don't know, like, at a certain point, I'm sure management was just kind of trying to, like, think of whatever they possibly could to get more eyes on us as talents. So that way we could have more going on for us and stuff. I love and respect management, but some ideas were just puzzling. Oh no, I agree. I love and respect management, and I did think a lot of their ideas were good, at least for me. So that's why I was willing to go for a lot of them, even if in hindsight I'm just like, why'd I say yes to that? But like, I understood where they were coming from, and I feel like certain things that were decided like made sense, and then others were just like, no, maybe not that. Streamer, why don't you understand? Time for your extrovert fashion / dating stream. Aw, man. Aw, man. But no, especially with the foot idea, I think the main thing that everybody was like shocked about regarding that was just the fact that it was so out of character for what Kawaii was kind of known for. But maybe that was the point. Maybe they wanted to diversify. Aside from the endurance stream, was there any other idea where you were like, why did I agree to that? Let me think. There were certain goals for donathons that I remember that I was like only really agreeing with because I didn't know what else to put there. And in my head, I was like, I hope I don't reach that. I don't know why I'm even agreeing to put it on the list if I don't want to do it, but I'm certainly doing it. Diversify, so to say, yeah. Did you say something? I definitely was making eye contact. Hi, eyes are up here. Are you looking at my eyes? You better be. Eyes are up here. Are you looking? Are you looking? I hope you're looking. Anyways. Jingle keys. Or are they, you know, where my eyes? You'll figure it out. Key jingling. It's key jingling, but it's the sound of the cross. I'm sorry, you know, but the tail is hypnotizing. No, I really like the tail too. I like the effect on it. Thank Kaya for giving me this asset. Let me think. Suggestions. Something that I said yes to specifically that I regretted. Let me think. I think I brought this up before, but something that they suggested to me was like having a bunch of... Hi, Kaya. They really wanted me to have a lot of series going on. I think I've told you guys this before, but like I had OniMon as like a primary series for a long time. Not like a long time, I guess, but like OniMon was kind of where I was getting the most viewers and the most activity. So management was always like, more Zatsu, and I was like, yes, I understand. I like Zatsu too. And then but then they would also be like, I think you should have a series that you always come back to. And I was just like, but I have OniMon. And they were like, well, you see, OniMon is whatever topic you want to talk about. I think you should have a set series where you talk about one thing. A bunch. And I was like, how? How do I do that? So that's kind of why Fictitious Friday became a thing. Because I couldn't figure out what else to do. I was just like, I guess I'll just talk about a bunch of different writing topics. And then I started running out of ideas for Fictitious Friday, so I came up with Unovels. So we had 3 series ongoing, technically, where Unovels was where I would talk about, like, otome and stuff, and then Fictitious Friday was more about, like, writing. And then there were like... There were talks about like other things that I could do for series. Like even though I had that idea, they were like, what if you had a third one? And I was just like, management. I'm already like struggling for ideas sometimes with Fictitious Friday. That's why I had to create you novels. I needed an alternative for Fridays. I don't know if I can make another series. Because they wanted me to have like a bunch of different like Zatsu, like ongoing Zatsu content. And back then I was streaming every day, so they wanted me to dedicate another day of the week to doing like a dedicated Zatsu thing. And I was still just like, I don't know what I could do. They were giving me a bunch of suggestions back then, like trying to think of other stuff I could do for like a series. I don't remember if I ever talked about this with you guys, but they suggested once that I do a series where I try a bunch of different instant noodles. And I do like instant noodle review streams, but they wanted that to be hand cam, and I was still kind of anti hand cam, so I was like, I don't know about that. But like they always were trying to get me to have more like consistent series, and particularly Zatsus, because they always noticed that my Zatsu streams did better than gaming. Oh, actually, I remember one. Do you guys remember that time I had a week where I only did Zatsu type streams? Not necessarily series, but do you remember when I like had a whole week that was just all Zatsu content, and then I asked you what you thought, and you guys were just like, it's okay, but I like variety. That had been another management suggestion. That was management being like, you should try having a week of just only Zatsu, because your Zatsu streams do really, really well. So you should just see what happens. Maybe it'll end up being a really good week for you. And I think that was their way of telling me if that week went well, then I should probably cut out gaming. And just only be a Zatsu streamer. But I kind of regret doing that, because I remember when I asked you guys how you felt after the Zatsu week, everybody was just like, it was alright. I like having a bit of variety, though, so I missed some of the games. And I was like, okay. Explodes. Me who never listened to management. I mean, that's also totally your choice. The thing is, a lot of the things that management suggests were always, like, optional. We never had to do anything they said. I liked doing what they said because I wanted to be a good talent, and I wanted to like grow, and I felt like they should know what they were doing because it was their job. So I was a bit more willing to like try it out and experiment with certain stuff, but there were still times I said no. Burnt out from Zatsus? It wasn't even that I was burnt out from Zatsus. It was more just like the audience was like, I liked it, but we're game. Yuno wants to be a good girl. Yuno Hanaki wants success. Yuno Hanaki, working for Production Kawaii, just wanted to be successful. So I was willing to experiment and like follow suggestions and do whatever I felt was possible for me to do to like grow as a talent. Some things worked better than others. Remember to screenshot your stats at the end of stream. I thankfully have fallen out of the habit. I think at this point, the only time I screenshot stats is if I feel like it was a particularly memorable stream for me. Like, I screenshotted the stats for my birthday streams because those were more numbers than I was used to. I say pathetically and sadly. So I screenshotted those, but I don't really screenshot them anymore, thankfully. There's also the game is nice, but where's Zatsu gang? Well, luckily I never have a full week of just gaming. I do usually have, if not just OniMon, but usually there will be like one other stream that has a form of chatting with it. But even a lot of my gaming streams, I'm also yapping a bunch. Just have birthdays for a week. Oh god, I mean, I had a 3-day birthday celebration this past year. I wonder if 2026 will have to be the year I do it for a week. It explodes. We didn't really have plans for my birthday in 2025, but I feel like that might have been pitched. Initially, before we were told that Kawaii was going to blow up, they wanted me to do a week-long event for the Hanamizuki anniversary. Which I guess wouldn't have ended up happening whether or not Kawaii exploded, because that's also the same time that my mom died, so I think it still would have been canceled regardless. But that was something they had tried to push for. They wanted me to have like a certain, I told my members this, so members you might remember, but they wanted me to have a certain goal, monetarily, that they wanted me to reach by the end of the week. So they wanted me to do a bunch of like event type streams with you guys and try to reach a certain number. It wasn't really intended to be like a donathon, but there were certain like incentives that would be met if certain goals were reached. And it was like a pretty wild number. But it still wouldn't have happened regardless due to my life circumstances. But yeah, I don't know. That was the plan for the Hanamizuki anniversary. I feel like by the time my birthday rolled around, they probably would have asked me to do a birthday week. One of the goals for the anniversary donathon that didn't come to pass, but was something that had been suggested, was that if a certain goal was met, I don't even remember what the number was at this point, I don't have the document anymore, but one of the rewards that was going to be put forward was that I was going to stream twice a day, every single day for a month. No, I don't remember what month it was going to be set for. Would that not have been insane? It wasn't even like the highest possible goal. I remember that. It was like one of the middle goals. And I was just like, okay. I think that's possible. Wasn't that the time you did 5 daily goals in a row for a reward? That was just a general management suggestion to try and ensure that I could get donos. Peek behind the curtain. That was just a general suggestion. That wasn't necessarily for the anniversary. Hi, Tomoe Carmine. Is my dress okay? Yeah. What's up? Is something wrong with it? You can inspect it if you want really closely. Take out your magnifying glass. The dress has a fever? Oh no, you're going to have to check my temperature by touching. The only way to tell if I have a fever is via touch. You can only tell physically, by the way. Down, you know, down. Oi. Mods bunk the streamer. Joke's on you, it's only me. I bet Yuno would hate that. Oh yeah, I'd absolutely hate it. Oh, it sure would be a shame. It would just be so awful. Getting out the non-contact thermometer. No! No! Why do you mock me? They hate me. They hate me so bad. They hate me so bad. I can't believe this. Time to use your cute girl wrench. Tomoe Carmine banning me from my own chat. It's over. It's all over before it even began. Yeah, same. I understand. I just felt like sending that. No, I understand. I understand what it's conveying. She returned to Monkey. Well, I mean, I am a cute girl. Wouldn't you also return to Monkey when you see someone this cute? Wasn't Tomoe one of the girls you officiated? Yeah, but she's just checking to make sure I don't have a fever. Just checking for a fever between girls. No, don't bug me! Kiss a homie? Yeah, exactly. Platonic fever checking? Yeah. Just two breasties, I mean besties, checking each other for disease. Yeah, exactly, you get it. Where's the confusion? Why are you confused? That's just literally what it is. It's fine. I'd say kiss the forehead to check, but that much surface area is going to cool fast. Man. Walked into that one, I guess. Man. You know, the other day I was going through all of the clips that have ever been made of my channel that I can see in, like, the clips tab on my YouTube. It's really hard to search for clips on YouTube directly because I flood my own search with the fact that I always put my name in my stream titles. So I don't really look that way. But when I was checking the clips, one of the first clips that was ever made was from my debut where I was like telling people to not make fun of my forehead. And I was just like, it really did start from the very beginning, didn't it? But it was little debut Yuno voice being like, please stop making fun of my forehead. Gremlin. Creature who thought she could be Moe. It did not last. Where does the forehead start? The better question is, where does it end? And no one listened. Yep, not a single person. You did play with your forehead even before debut. Yeah, the worst fucking part was that it wasn't even by my terms. It was by my freaking genmate starting tic-tac-toe. Cursed and terrible. And cursed also. What? You are very moe? Just more moe when we bully you and you clap back? So you do like it when I clap back. You are gluttons for punishment. Can we play chess next? I don't think there is enough surface area on my forehead for it to work for chess. I don't know if there's enough room for all of the squares that you would need. Maybe checkers. I don't know about chess. My god, maybe. Othello? Who knows, man? What about Chinese checkers? Oh my god. Checkers and chess use the same field. I'm very fucking stupid. I don't know anything about chess, but I do know how to play checkers. Can we try shogi? Oh god, I don't even know anything about shogi either. You can probably fit back, Kevin. Me and the lads getting together for a brisk 6-week session of diplomacy in North Korea. What the frick? Oh. Sometimes it is both a blessing and a curse that Kaya is lurking my streams. Please hold. God, what are all of these freaking images? Oh, these are the Onibito. I forgot they're still on here. Just put, like, Summoner's Rift. This sucks, man. Anyway, wanna see something crazy? She made your dream a reality. See, we can. This sucks. Thank you, Kaya. One E4. I don't know how to denote any of this. I don't know what any of this shit means. Do you want me to just post this on Twitter and you guys can make your own edits? I don't fucking know, man. I'm suffering, dude. Better learn now. I don't know how. Might as well post it. Okay. I swear to God, if anyone looks at my Twitter and is looking for, like, professional real tweets, well, this is what it's like to be on social media, I guess. Alright, I'm posting it on my main Twitter, so have at it. This hashtag content. The numbers. Wait! But I just posted it! Okay, I'll delete it. Okay, I deleted it. Take your time. Saved it before you deleted it? I mean, that's fine, but that's not the one that needs to be posted. Kaya about to put Eorzea on Yuno's forehead. A map of an entire country. For real, for real. Well, I guess while we're waiting for that. Needs Dungeon Master's screen. The entire Xenoblade X map. This is a deep cut for the Symphonia likers, but I could probably fit both Sylveron and Tetheala on my forehead. I mean, especially if she goes with the cheat of making my head bald. Like, of course that'll work. My head's freaking bald. There's a wider expanse. Before or after the worlds merge? Before. Maybe there's room for the entire Fate Watch Order guide. I mean, my bald face has probably been posted on Twitter before, probably somewhere on Kaya's page. If you really wanted to, like, make a bunch of edits of what you could do with my bald-ass head, I'm sure you could make any of these happen. The Legend of Zelda full timeline. Ask for directions to the Onigashima McDonald's, Buno becoming Google Maps. That's not how that works. Putting all 120 pages of the Kingdom Hearts Sleeping Worlds fan theory. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think the worst thing about this is that it has the fake transparency background. Jesus Christ! Alright, guys. Also, she captioned it with "I'm at my peak." We'll see if the people agree with this. Okay, tag yourselves. She said, never mind, she's not done. Well, I guess I can't show it because she said she's not done. You can fit a whole beef Wellington copy pasta? Oh no. That's a lot of pasta. Kingdom Hearts would need like 3 Unos to make sense of and like 8 different game systems. UNES, Unation 3, Unox 360, UN64, What language is he speaking? I'm coming up with ways to combine Yuno with game consoles. You? That's very true. You would like to play. You're so right about this. Yuno Station 2, yeah. Jesus fucking... Okay. This sucks. I hate this universe that I am stuck in. Ugh. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Yeah, of course it's gigantic. I know this. God, it's literally big. Yuno Hanaki, what? Hi, Hiyori Mokami. Can I help you? Are you here to confess your sins, Smile? All the girls are here. You know what they say, sins bring the girls to the yard. No, I saved this already. What am I doing? I'm so distracted. Ah! This is not on my bingo card. I brought it up in passing on stream yesterday, and then they were like, please, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll wear it today. I had a different one on initially, but then Kaya sent me this one, and I like it better, so I've been sticking to this one. What else do they say about that? That I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. So they say. So they say. Right, I think it's probably this one. God, it's so big. Oh, don't make it bigger. Sorry, I am always struggling to get assets set up the way that I need to. Choto, a minute. Okay. This is like probably the right size.
Thank you so much.
Hurry up, this is my peak. Shut up! I'm almost done! Also, Tokenite, thank you for the $5 tip. Teach me. I don't know if you gave me enough for to learn the teachings, but basically the teaching is to be woman and be nice to other women, and then usually women will want to woman. That's usually how this works. Anyway, alright guys, tag yourselves. Are you one of the black pieces or are you one of the white pieces? Kaya cooked again. She did say that this was her peak. Yeah. Pano, my beloved. Not the Pano. This sucks. I've had enough internet for the day. Okay, good night. It is time to stop posting. Don't be Queeno. Which one? You can't be both of them. Better the Pano than the Yuke. I can't fucking do this. Ah. Kaya deserves a pay raise from whatever your salary for her is. I didn't ask for this. The white black Bishuno. There's a king and a queen in chess. I know this. Oh, you black horse. I love the yite. I just noticed the other set on the bottom. I know. That's why I asked if you wanted to be part of the black set or the white set. I can't breathe. Okay. So I think this means I can post the chessboard now because you guys have chess pieces you can choose from. You could just set it up, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Yish. No! This is literally a nightmare. Tamagotchis be blind. Tamagotchis be not seeing. This is true. Put the pieces on the forehead. Okay. Never say I am not a woman of the people. Oops, I mirrored them by accident. Chess. Chess. Actually, wait, I think I'm supposed to flip this so that it's mirrored. Wait, how do I forget how to flip. Is it like this? No. That's wrong. I flipped it the wrong way. It's okay, I will get it right. My favorite moment of chess is when Pano gets promoted to Queeno. Sure. I'm sure that's the thing that happens in chess. There we go. Chess. Hypothetically, you could be any piece in theory. I don't know about it in practice. Chess. Let me post this now. I live in a nightmare. God! This is the worst. Ben Smith, thank you for being a member of the Oni Lights for 16 months. Yes. Ah, yes, chest. My favorite chess piece. Yeah, chest. That's what we've been saying this entire time. Hey guys, you know what's better than, you know what's better than, you know what's better than chess? You know what's better than chess? Checkers. And there's only one place where the checkers can go. Sorry, I'd get banned, I'd get banned, I'd get banned. They'll go up here. What a stream we're streaming today.
An offering.
I was so rit. Yeah, sure. TCLE, thank you for the $4.20. Haha, nice. One chestboard, please. I mean, you almost had one, but I think I'll get banned. I think I'll die, is the problem. So I don't know if I could do that. Why didn't you put it there? That was the intention? Because I'll get bonked! Nah, fucking whatever. I'm not monetized anyway. Alright, well, do you want the black piece or the red piece? Choose your side. Choose it wisely. Both? You can't be both. That's not how checkers works. You can't say yes either! That's not how this works! Don't look at those, wait, look at me and my board game pieces. The board game pieces. Whatever the hell this is. Goal, make a not safe for work art of Yuno and use checkers as sensors to be algorithm friendly. 2 red pieces for the top, 1 black piece for the bottom. Is the cross on the table? Is it? I don't think so. It's moving around for something that's supposed to be resting on the table. Hee hee hee. This is so stupid. It would be like bubble censoring, but instead of bubbles, it's chess pieces. Yeah, exactly. You get it. Can I post this now? Cross is stabbed between her thighs. No, it's not stabbed. It's just being held there by sheer strength. The cross has physics? Yeah, it's moving around. Can you play Unavailable on the thighs? Sorry, I don't have Othello pieces. Only have chess and checkers. Them's the breaks. Can we try if our Hot Wheels cars on the thighs? What are you, 5? What are you, 5? Do I look like a Hot Wheels ramp to you? Adults use tech decks? Is that so?
An offering. Thank you so much.
Slim, thank you for the $4.20. Haha, nice. Awuga's respectfully. I'm glad that you had to tack on that it's respectful, as opposed to disrespectfully. There's enough runway on your forehead? What the... Man? You've got hills and valleys. You sounded like Velma from Scooby just now. I think you've said that exact same thing to me before. I've also been called Velma from as early as like my first week. That's something else that I saw in my early clips, by the way. It was from when I was playing Melatonin. And someone said I sounded like Velma, so I did the Velma my glasses. Jinkies. The better Velma? Is that me? That me? Maybe not one-to-one, but similar, I guess. It's just because I sound like a nerd. I'm pretty sure everyone just says it because I sound kind of nerdy. Aren't you a nerd, though? Yeah. But is every nerd Velma to you? That's the main thing. I told you once you sounded like Tara Strong. Maybe I'm confusing you for someone else then, because I could have sworn... I know that the Velma comparison has been made a bunch. You sound like Neil deGrasse Tyson to me? I don't think I should, though. But Neil deGrasse Tyson is a nerd, so I guess so, because I'm emblematic of all nerds, as we know. As we all know. Monetization thing's still not working? Yeah, it's not. I have a plan. I just have to get certain things in order to fulfill the plan. The Omni Nerd, she is streaming while DMing 69 different campaigns. I've always kind of wanted to be a DM. We've had this discussion before. I always thought that being the DM would be the more fun role than being a player. I was a player for a set for like a D&D thing like twice. And I didn't mind it, but in my head I kind of felt like being a DM was better. I feel like you'd be into it, yes sir. A chance to tell stories, voice act as a bunch of different characters. It do be something I would probably enjoy. The only thing about it is trying to remember all the rules. D&D, the hobby that becomes impossible to schedule regularly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. As a DM, you are the rules, but aren't there still, like, basic rules that you have to, like, follow in order for it to make any sense? That's the main thing. I left for an hour. What did I come back to? Chess. Chess and checkers. You can always have the PDF file of the rules. I do have a PDF of the rules. But I've always just been like, ugh, ugh, ugh. I don't know how to keep track of all of these things. Ugh, ugh. I do agree about simpler variants or different, like, systems, though. There's another system that I learned how to play that I feel is a lot more narrative-driven that I like more. But I've never known if there would be anyone who would be interested in playing in it, because it's kind of niche. But I did buy the manual for that playstyle. Always kind of wanted to run a campaign for it, but I was also just like, I don't know. I don't know, Spile. DM really is like a ref. No, I agree. The other thing too is just like figuring out what to prep. There are no guides that are like about how to prepare for a session besides just do it forehead. And I'm just like, well, yes, but what do I need? But what should I have? It is what it is, though. A bunch of dice, that's fair. I do have dice. If I can remember where my bag of dice is, I do know I have them. I think they're in my drawer, probably. But I do have dice. If you're new, having a pre-written campaign helps a lot. We talked about this before. This is like the third or fourth time we've had this conversation. And I think one of the things that was mentioned was doing a pre-written one. But that's not fun for me. I want to do the writing. Also, hold on. I have to do math. I've been forgetting to add these. So 840 plus 5. 1340, so it's 1340. Gotta do more girl mathematics. Okay. Where is everything? Where's my stuff? There it is. There we go. If writing is the fun, by all means, just be ready for your players to go way off script or not pick up your hints. Also, you're more likely to accidentally TPK if you're running combat. I mean, that's the thing. I think the thing I want to understand the rules about the most is the combat aspect. Because that was something I always struggled with when I was a player. All 2 sessions I was a player. Combat made no sense to me. Nice Say So None cosplay. Thank you. Praise the Lord. Can I pet that cat? You have to roll 20 critical. Nah, I'd never be that crazy. Shouldn't you burn if you say that? Do you not see the demon wings? Oh, the wings actually got toggled off. Do you not see the demon tail? I wonder when those got toggled off. I don't remember what button it would be. I'm guessing one of the numbers. But anyway, don't you see the demon tail? I'm very obviously not a normal nun. It's demon. I thought it was succubus this whole time. I guess it could be succubus. I don't know. The name of the file is in characters I can't read, so I guess it could be succubus. I have no idea. Succubus is a demon. Real. I wonder how many other toggles there are. I don't know. I didn't check again. I don't know. I didn't check. I guess if I just mess with the numbers, we might find out. Two. Oh, 2 removes the tail. 3. 4. Oh, it was 4. It's wholly none? That's what I thought. Kaya put her handwriting on the name of the file. No, I can read. I can actually read Kaya's handwriting. It's probably easier to read than mine. That costume is whole E, alright? Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Holy but with demon tail? I mean, still holy. Still sacred. Don't sweat the small details. You don't have to worry. Where did the second cross go? Oh, there must have been something else I toggled off. Let me see. 2. Oh, that's the tail. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 1 is the cross. You can toggle that on and off. So, cross, tail. I don't know what this does. Wings is 4. Oh, God. That does something to the boobies. Six doesn't do anything. Okay. You're an imp for sure? I'm a holy nun. That's what the file says. I am holy. Can't believe I'm jealous of a cross. Well, that's why I'm leaving it on. Because the people like looking at it. Pure of heart, body of sin. Huh? Pure of heart? Who are you talking about? Surely not I. Has never been me. Big of brain, dumb of butt. Why can't both things be big? What the freak? That's crazy. Big of brain, bigger of butt. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Only can stop in for my break for a moment. What a beautiful Yuno you're blessed with on this Monday. Happy OniMon! Glad you're here to enjoy. You want dumb of brain, big of butt? That's a different tag. No, I want both to be big. Big of brain, dummy of thick. Thank you. Somebody gets it. I want to have a giant brain, but also be dummy thick. I'm smart, but I'm also sexy. Because I'm literally a genius. So, there. Don't we all? Is this a common thing that you guys want? If so, we have more in common than we might think. Definitely wants to alert the guards. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You'll get the best of both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow. Real. A big brain can't fit into a small body. That's like trying to put a triangle into a circle. Then explain why I have the biggest frigging brain in the room. My brain is literally humongo chongus. Big head, big brain. Uh-huh. You designed us to be small. You are simply a ball of fire. That was not something that I decided. That's just the forehead. Well, yeah, the forehead is big because my brain is humongo. The biggest, hugest, smartest brain in my giant, shining cranium. Well polished, just like how my brain is also well polished and knowledgeable of many things. The Ukrainium? Yeah. Are you talking about the chess pieces? Yeah. Sure. Well-polished brain becomes smooth. Not true. Insert Megamind meme. Brain no folds. No brain folds? No brain wrinkles! One of the first arts that was ever drawn of me was me as Megamind. Can you believe it? Can you believe the freaking audacity? No neurons? Good times.
Be nice to me!
Whoa, who would do that? Man! The more things change, the more they stay the same. I was so excited to reveal how cute I was to the whole world, because I thought there was so much about me that was so cute and adorable and perfect and amazing. And then everybody was just like forehead, 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 forehead. Literally all the way up until debut, and even during debut it was forehead, 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 beans, 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 forehead, 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 beans! That is my life. That was the entirety of my life in October 2023. To be fair, forehead is cute. It is cute. I just can't believe that that was the only thing that everybody focused on the whole time. And then beans. Bruh, 2023. Late 2023. I can't really make it seem like it was truly like 2 years ago. That was a late 2023 experience. Set that to the song from the old Badger, Badger, Badger Mushroom Flash animation. Badger, 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 beans! Beans! Badger, 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 beans! Beans! That sounds crazy. You need a jingle with that now? I really don't. I really don't need to embrace the meme and cause more people to make fun of it again. Honestly, before this stream, we've actually gone quite a long stretch without making fun of my forehead. Beans and beans and beans and beans and forehead, forehead, beans and beans and beans and beans and forehead, forehead. But that doesn't work because most of the jokes are forehead and not beans. Because there's other things to duck on. No! That's not the answer. This is where you say it's because we like you now, you know? We don't have to make fun of you to talk to you anymore. We just like you that much. As I'm just like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Forehead, 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 Beanzu? Not the Beanzu. It's because we like you now. Who is you now? Why are you seeing a person with my name just with a W? Why are you leaving me? We took your advice and got new material. Thank you. I do appreciate it. When will we see you? Yes? Are you talking about, my male counterpart, Yukun, who is also sometimes called You Yes by Charlotte Suzu? He does still exist. He's just... I haven't found a way to really reincorporate him into content. You not? You not? You probably won't see unless I have to do a super serious announcement stream again. Even worse, the OW in You Now stands for Overwatch. No! Their full name, Unoverwatch. A nightmare. Long-awaited yandere moment. I literally have a whole stream where I was yandere. What do you mean long-awaited? Just watch the VOD. The most toxic Yuno. And it was a good-ass stream at that. Thank you. I still think yandere stuff is sometimes my weakest work. I know I can, like, I'm capable of it. I just also feel like it's my weakest because I really have to cut off my sense of disbelief. And, like, really exaggerate it. Y'all ask me later, what is this? What are all these alternate personas? They possibly. It was quite good though, thank you. I guess to get back on the content, sorry, I don't know how to freaking talk. What I meant to say is, to get back on the topic of content. Something that everybody said they wanted to see more of when I asked about streams was more roleplay streams. And the thing about that is those take a lot of preparation and work. I am not against doing it. Please understand. This is not me saying I don't want to do it because it's a lot of work. That's not at all it. But, like, specifically, it's important to understand how much work goes into those kinds of streams. And then also just making sure that it's worthwhile. With all of the work that would be going into those kinds of streams, I should say, I would want to make sure that there is enough return on it because it takes a lot of time to prep. So I'm not against it, but if I do start doing it, please shower me in adoration for my hard work. Give me validation for spending all that time. Because I am someone that thinks a lot about, like, story structure and, like, narrative flow. And I do really like doing those kinds of streams. I think that they are fun. But, you know, it takes prep. Have you tried a giggle track loop? Well, that would be something for, like, a voice pack. That's kind of different. I'm talking specifically about, like, streams. Yosh, yosh, yosh. Thank you. But no, it would need, like, a lot of, like, I just would want to feel validated for putting in all of that effort to make it, you know? I will incorporate it more often if there is, like, enough, like, reward and return. 6 hours of writing, 25-minute story stream, chat, forehead, 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 beans. Yeah, No, that does happen sometimes. I don't think it took me 6 hours to write out stuff for a stream before. At least not yet. But, you know, sometimes when you do put in effort for those kinds of streams, as much as I try to emphasize, I'm just like, please, it's serious. There are still people who will be like, forehead. Give bean. Forehead, forehead, bean, 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 bean. And I'm just like, ugh, ugh, no. You know what else happens sometimes? The setting of the sun. The passage of time. Death and also taxes. Boops. Oh no, you're gonna make me explode. I guess stream's over. I guess stream's over if you're sending me away. That's crazy. Creepypasta readings may be the edgiest ones that try too hard, they're funny. I do like a creepypasta. I don't know if I want them to necessarily be seen as funny, though. When I do acting stuff, I kind of take it a bit too seriously. That's part of my brain health. But there was like, I think 1 or 2 people who suggested doing like story readings or like that kind of thing more often as a form of content, so I'm not necessarily against that either. I could find stories to read. It wouldn't necessarily be ASMR vibe, but it would just be like quiet reading of a story, or like getting into the acting side of it, depending on the vibe. Speaking of, taxes are due today. I already did my taxes! I did them while I was dying from wisdom tooth surgery. Because it honestly wasn't that bad. My taxes are done, they're just processing. I also had to apply for a payment plan, that is also processing. If you need curse stories, just ask She for her reading list. No, I'll be okay. I've been in the fanfiction trenches. I know how to find a cursed story or two. Mine aren't done. No! Do it! Finish your taxes! It was a competition who could take Yuno faster, taxes or wisdom tooth surgery. I mean, I do think that overall the wisdom tooth surgery was probably worse than doing my taxes. It was pretty straightforward for me because I use a service that automatically, like, keeps track of all of my deductibles and stuff. Good gravy, mine were done in March. Why everyone's so late? Because nobody likes to do it. But also, yeah, I finished mine last week of March as well. Whilst I was recovering. And it didn't take me very long. The service I used made it pretty easy. Thank goodness. Texas is gonna be like, I'll do better next year. I'm taking you out, Yuno Hanaki. And I'm just like, no! No! They're already so bad for me! Don't do it again! I did my taxes as soon as I got them. You are very powerful. I didn't really get any of the, like, typical forms. So I kind of just had to, like, play it by ear. The service I used was very helpful, though, because it's geared towards helping freelance content creators navigate taxes. I was just like, ugh, ugh. That was the part that was difficult. I just get money back every year, so I want that money ASAP. Man, I miss getting back a tax return. That's like the one downside of being, a freelancer or like being self-employed is that you're pretty much never going to get money back in a return. I want to play the VN that helps with the taxes. I've heard of that game. I'm not sure how helpful or not helpful it is, or like if it updates with the new tax year and with like certain tax changes and stuff. I wonder. Got a bit back, it's a nice treat. Yippee! I love that for you. I used my return to buy overpriced VTuber dice. Based. I mean, what else are you supposed to use the tax return for besides a silly little treat? I get you. I'm hoping that if I manage to find a normal job to do while I'm also still doing VTubing, I am hoping that having that income will allow me to get like a little bit of money back in a tax return one day. Had to pay more in taxes, no return for me, can't deduct gacha expenses. Real. I deducted some of the games that I purchased and played on stream. And then, like, some other things I was able to deduct, but the rest of the time I was just like, ugh. Expenses, hell. Got just enough back to cover my time off work for my trip. Got lucky since I didn't have any PTO left. Well, nice. That's good. I am glad that you have a cushion. Or like a cover, I guess, for the time you took off. Hopefully once you get the job, it will give you a cushion. I've been applying to places still. I'm doing my best. I did make it to a second step with one, so I was like, nice. I hope that that actually works out for me. I'm just like, please, please work, please.
Thank you so much.
Let go my ego. Thank you for the $4.20. Haha, nice. We can play pretend. Here's the tax return on that forehead. Why is my tax return only $4.20? That feels kind of cheap. But thank you. This is gonna make some things turn off again, sorry. I will fix it. Oh, we're good actually. Oh, but it made the booble funny. You can't really see it because of the checker pieces. I like this better. $4 for forehead. I guess that's fair. Still need to do my taxes? Do your taxes! They need to be done. Get that shit in order. You just got it. We gotta wait until more people play, then we can reestablish how much you earn from those games next year. That's our money. We aren't sharing, man. Man. But I owe this year? Yeah? So do I! I still did my taxes! Do it. You gotta do it. Had to do my own taxes and other people's taxes at work. Well, someone's gotta do it. I'm glad you're capable of doing your own. Not many people have the skill. For a long time, I was having my family do mine. I would just send them all the forms I got and be like, here you go, figure it out. I don't want to pay. Neither do I. We all have to be adults. Grow up. Do your taxes. If you can't pay right now, set up a payment plan. We could have had the government automate our taxes, but no. I know, for real. I honestly would prefer if they could just do all of the work for us, because, like, they leave it on us to do the reporting, and then they get mad when we get it wrong, even though they're the ones that have the information and thus know if we're getting it right or wrong. Why can't they just do it and then ensure that it's right for us? That's the part of it I never understood. They already know how much we owe them. Exactly. They know how to do it right. Why can't they just do it? I am late and I think I like not having context for how we got here. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Do not concern yourself with the small things. Tax accountant company lobbyist too strong. Pensive. They want the gotcha fees. I mean, I guess so. Someone asked to see the math because they didn't want to pay, so the government said, fine, you do it then. What the freak? That's so messed up. But no, it takes a little bit of time, and it can be a bit frustrating, but once it's done, and it's better to do it than to not do it. How would the government know what we can deduct? I mean, they should be able to know. I guess deductibles are the part of it that makes it the most difficult, but I think I'd rather it just be fully automated. They tell me what I have to pay, and then I pay. And then I just don't have to worry about it after I pay. And then if I don't have the money, I'll just be like, payment plan, please. And they'll be like, okay. And then I do it, and then it's fine. Payment plans, honestly, are kind of based. At least when you are me and you are broke. They base it on averages, they have a range, and they audit things outside the range. Oh. Naruhodo. I am learning. Ken W, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Welcome to I don't know what it gifts you guys now. I'm guessing that one of the lower tiers. I don't know if it's emote tier specifically. But thank you for the gift. Thank you, thank you.
May the only lights guide you back to me. May the only lights guide you back to me.
Not financial advice, I did not tell you this. Okay, I won't read that part out loud then, but I'll keep that in mind. I'm tucking it away in my brain. Behind all the chess pieces. Is it emote tier? I don't know. It doesn't tell me when I look at my alert. It just tells me that I got 10 gifted memberships. Also that Matt, thank you for being a member for 16 months in the emote tier. Gifts Oni lines? Okay. I mean that's what it says though, because I never added a tier for emote tier, I never added an alert for emote tier. So it's saying Oni lights because that's the lowest alert that I have, but I never added a separate alert for emote tier. Which I guess I should. At this point, it would just be me yelling, emote tier! With like reverb or something to be funny. Can I be on the emo tier? Well, it doesn't exist, so no. I don't know. I don't even know how much that would cost. The emote tiers guide you back to me. No, I really would just say emote tier. Make it loud and obnoxious like it's the most important tier. I'll say it like the Smash Brothers announcer. Emote tier. So that it sounds super serious, but it's not. I'll give you $5 and the biggest hug you've ever seen. People in the emo tier would not like that. The emos do not enjoy embraces. Smash announcer, nice. What about emo tears? How much would you pay for a sad person's tears? Fox only emote tier Final Destination. Yes, precisely. Precisely. Don't emo's already got enough tears? I mean, I suppose. Depends on how you measure it. Some emo people are so sad that they don't cry. Sad tears are priced at the cathartic closure rate. Cathartic closure. I feel like that would be worth a pretty penny. Don't expose me like that. I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting here minding my business. I'm just a girl. Just a girl. That's me. I'm just a girl. Nobody understands me. Can I take all this silly stuff off my body now? I looked at it again and I was just like, why do I still have this on? It's been here for like an hour. No? Why not? Only you can answer that question? Okay, then I say yes. Taking it all the frick off. Oh shoot, which image has the checkers? Oh, this one. For free.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Like on my ego, thank you for another $4.20. Haha, nice. I forgot. Here's your forehead's tax return from last year. Yippee! Yippee! Yay! Not everything, Neil. Yeah, not everything, not everything. It's fine, don't worry about it. 56. 47. No one took the wings off. I like the wings. I think the wings are like my favorite part. I like the tail a lot too. I don't want to lose the wings. I like them. When things settle down, what do you want to do to celebrate? What do you mean by when things settle down? The wings, tail, and cross make the outfit. Very true. Yuno settling down. Yeah, that's the real joke here. Audience laughter. Monetization, job get, etc. Well, if I manage to get channel monetization back, we'll probably do something to celebrate. Because everyone will be able to member and super chat again. That will probably make people happy. Job get? I don't know if we would celebrate that with a stream. If only because I'd be busy now. It would be more like a goodbye stream. Because I'd be focusing on the job. I keep saying that I will do my best to balance, content creation alongside job, but especially if I get this particular job that I'm hoping for, it will be full-time, so streams would probably reduce severely, or would like all be in the evenings. So all that talk I had about experimenting with time zones, fucking gone. Unless you're okay with like a 1-hour stream during a lunch break. I can make no promises. But also, I don't know if they would offer me full-time. I think there was technically an option for either full-time or part-time. I'd have to see. No work streams? It would depend on the work policies. Obviously, if I could just do my work without having anyone on screen, it would probably be fine, but I've said it before, but some remote companies get really, like, on your case, and some of them will do things where they, like, track all of your computer activity to make sure that you're being productive, and, you know, I don't need them to see that I'm streaming. That I'm an anime woman. I try to keep the anime woman stuff separate from career stuff, as everyone should. Lunch stream could be fun if you could fit it in comfortably. We would have to see. So it depends. Job stream, overall, though, like, if I were to get a job and we were celebrating that, it would be a goodbye also. Because I'd be streaming less. That's all I wanted to say, is that would probably cut into my general attempts at streaming. What is the software on your computer? OBS? No, I think they would be more concerned about VTube Studio. I think they'd see the anime girl moving around and breasting boobily, and they'd be like, what the hell is this? Why is this on while you are working? An anime girl is working for me, instant employee of the month, get that be a gift card? Man, I wish. That would only be if my supervisor was a weeb, I guess. That's a screensaver, obviously. I'm just entertaining my chat while I work. But yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out. My focus is kind of on like part-time jobs though, because I want to be able to have balance between working and then also streaming for you guys. I want to have the time to do both more easily. So I'm kind of prioritizing part-time if I can find them, but usually it's either like full-time or bust, which is kind of but whatever. Reminds me of a short I watched where someone forgot to change out of their AnimeCon Zoom account and tried to join their company's Zoom call. No, I almost did the reverse. Back when Kawaii still did meet and greets and we did them via Zoom, there was like one time I tried to join it on my professional email account and I was like, oh fuck. And then I had to like desperately be like, wait, no, don't let me in. Management, don't let me in. And I had to leave and switch to my Yuno account. I was like, don't let me in. Don't let me do this. Luckily, it was fine. It was very funny. Almost Yunover. I mean, I'm sure they probably would have said something to me. They would have been like, Yuno-chan, I think you used the wrong account. And I'd be like, ah, frick. But I caught it first and was the one who had to tell them, like, wait, no, don't let me in. I have to switch accounts. Hold on. How many bonks we getting from this outfit? None if you're respectful. None if you have respect. You know, serious business wants to join the call. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So they were probably like, what? But then I fixed it. It's okay, it's chess. See the black and white? Yes, chess. It's just a chessboard. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I mean, if I do manage to get something kind of stable though, like if things work out with a job and I'm able to stabilize like my income and stuff, that will probably lead to like more projects for you guys. Like I'll probably be able to do more covers, and I'll be able to like get more art. You guys know this, but I don't really post a lot of my own art. As in, like, I don't really commission art of myself that often because I always prioritize food and bills over buying art. I have never used Skeb still. Obviously that's going to change once I start buying stuff for re-debut, but I'm usually like not going to spend my money to get art. So that's something that has been, that's like probably noticeable about me, especially compared to like some of the other talents who can invest more into getting art for themselves and stuff. I just don't have that kind of income. But that would change once I had a different income source coming in that was consistent, because then I could actually save up and like get some cool art pieces and do more stuff. And ultimately, my goal with getting a job would be to be able to pay for the big project that is my models, and of course, re-debut. Plus, you're proficient in editing your head into different scenarios. Yeah, why commission art when I can just get when I could just put my head on a asset and hope for the best? Cool to 2.0 being funded, I'm assuming. It's not fully funded yet. I made the first payment today, though, so yippee! What was I going to say? But yeah. Don't have to do any work if you could just bait Kaya just doing it. No, no, no. I don't do that to Kaya. She very kindly draws for me. I assume because she likes it. I don't know for sure. What kind of art would you want to see? I'm not picky. But like, the point of me saying this though is that as much as I would like to have more art that I commission like for myself, it's just never my first priority because I focus on survival. But I'm really not picky with art that other people get. I'm very grateful to the people who do commission art for me. I always save it. I use it for schedules. I need to use it for thumbnails more, but as we said, it's kind of fun to put my head on random things for thumbnails. But I want to use the art more for thumbnails too. I'm glad I can actually get the PSDs now, because management would always forget to check the email where everyone was sending them to, and so there's a lot of PSDs I just never got. Because they just wouldn't check! And made me so mad. But now, since I have you guys send it to my business email, I can always get done. And that makes me happy. Yippee! Yahoo! Wahoo! Working lunch, Yuno theme. Working lunch? So like an art of me on a lunch break? I mean, hey, that could always work. Like I said, I'm really not picky. I'll take anything. And I also have a spicy art tag now, so you can even commission spicy stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, go for it. Probably can't use it for thumbnails, probably, but I do still like looking at it. I like it. But no, should I get a job and have a secondary income source, it would be nice to be able to start commissioning more art, doing more projects. There'd be a lot more interesting, like, creative stuff I could do. So that would be something to celebrate at the very least. I'll commission a Yuno Tabasco since you want spicy. Let's go! Yuno themed spicy sauce. Working lunch is just Yuno at a standing desk that's just a 2-foot long sub. I love this for me. Supermarket cashier, Yuno? Yeah, sure. Just don't have me check out any Wonder Bread, okay? Or beans? I mean, if you're going to have beans be involved, just have me look disgusted having to handle the can. Hooters outfit, you know? Isn't Hooters going out of business? RIP to a legend. I'm working on my lunch. You mean working through your lunch? No. Same. You can revive Hooters. Me, single-handedly, sure. I think it's surviving in one state, but that's it. Well, they were gonna declare bankruptcy, weren't they? I guess it doesn't technically mean they're going out of business. But still, RIP to a legend. One of the greats. It sucks out here, for real. They're going out of business? So I've heard. Why go to Hooters when there's Nano streams to watch? Nano. Demonic Nano. Now we can fund Femboy Hooters? I'm ready. I will be their biggest patron. Great Horned Oni, Great Horned Owl. This is not the first time in my life I have been compared to an owl. Robot cafes are becoming a thing now. V-Hooters could totally work. You're so right. Leave it to VTubers. Why aren't we opening a Church of Nano weekly donations and tax-free? Because I don't want to run a church. I am an Oni. Santa-side femboy Hooters. I'm founding Goth Girl IHOP. That doesn't even make sense. Goth Girls and IHOP don't even work well together. There was that robot at Offkai last year that is supposed to allow VTubers to remote control. It does, yeah. There's like a couple services that offer that sort of thing at conventions now. Which is neat. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it does apparently. Never gotten the chance to do it before. They usually reserve it for the bigger VTubers. Goth IHOP is Gatmoe. Can I pitch Goth Girl Denny's? Or do we want emo Denny's? Because the whole point of Denny's is that you have to go between like 2 and 4 a.m. VTuber Maid Cafe was a thing, at least as a collab. Yeah. They like sell merch of the VTubers and stuff, although I don't think the VTubers actually work as maids. Yawned at Denny's because you should always feel scared at a Denny's. Yawn Denny's. Ugh, my nose is so itchy. Monster Girl McDonald's? Man. All the times people tell VTubers to get a job at McDonald's and they'd actually be kind of justified. At least to the Monster Girl VTubers. You know, what drink would you serve, chat? Pistachio iced coffee. Hope you guys like pistachios. I've thought about this. It's pistachio iced coffee because I was thinking of like a pistachio cream on top to kind of represent the green undertone of my hair. And then like the brown of the iced coffee would match my the brown part of my hair. And then I think there'd be like a cute little cookie or something that had Oni horns. Or maybe it would look like a Dominachi and it would be like random which Dominachi color you got for your cookie. What if it was just green milk instead? Ugh. I don't know if that would be good. I guess if it's pistachio milk, it could be worse. I don't know if I'd like that, though. After 5 p.m., you'd serve Dominachi alcoholic drinks where they're actually on fire. That'd be kind of cool, though. Like, imagine, like, a set of shots that are all the different Dominachi colors, and then you can light them all on fire. So then they all have cool flames. An adult milkshake even? Oh, you're cooking even harder, actually. Adult milkshakes in the Dominachi colors. I'm understanding. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Oni Outback Steakhouse. I've never eaten at an Outback. I barely withstand pistachio ice cream. I don't know if it would be pistachio ice cream at that point. I feel like maybe it would be matcha. Because I think a matcha milkshake would taste better. No longer a blooming onion, it's a Damadashi Onion. We've made this joke before. It seems that it will continue. A matcha latte hates to see me. They just set the onion on fire? Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right. Let's not forget the best thing, green crayon smoothie. No. No. That wouldn't even taste like anything. What did bro mean by this? It tastes like green crayon. What do you mean? Green crayon does not have a distinct flavor. It just tastes like wax. If the mascot was the backside of Nano, then Oni Outback Steakhouse would have my money. The backside? Why do you not want to look at my face? How do you know if you tried it? No! Because I'm normal! You say this, I'm enjoying the lemony taste of a yellow crayon right now. Say psych right now. There is no shot you're literally eating a crayon. It's a pun, outback, backside. I know, but I'm still allowed to make fun of you and say that you are wanting to only look at my backside. I caught the joke. Photo evidence, please. Yeah, I'm gonna need you guys to post proof if you actually eat crayons. I'm kidding. Please don't do that. Am I saying please don't post proof that you eat crayons, or am I telling you to not eat crayons in general? That's up to interpretation. Crayony, shut up! I live in a nightmare. If you don't have green, just eat blue and yellow together. Oh god. To be fair, the best spicy art you have is that one from behind with you holding your hair aside with that smug smirk in purple. You're so right. I do really love that art. It's so freaking good. The Oiranshi tag is truly God's greatest gift. It's so dang good. We need a crayon charcuterie board. No, we don't. No, we do not. Happy Monday and lovely outfit. Oh, Hanaki, happy Monday. Can I get that hashtag for educational purposes? Sure. You will want this. You mean the Coleman art? Yeah. No, the Coleman art is good too. I do really like that one. This is the tag on Twitter if you want to peruse. Would you be more horrified if we plopped a bag of beans at your cashier lane or a box of crayons? Beans. I'm not that scared of crayons. Crayons are technically non-toxic, so I don't think they would harm you. And also my first thought wouldn't be that you're going to eat them. I would just be like, oh, alright. Someone's going to color in a coloring book. Yippee, yahoo, slay. Oh, the Yayoi Maka? Yes, the Yayoi Maka. I think that expression is the right one.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Alex Jacobo, thank you for the $2 tip. One bobitsa with pepperoni and one green crayon milkshake. That is the most cursed food order I've ever heard in my life. Please seek help. I'm glad that you're confessing your sins on the stream where I am wearing the nun outfit, because holy hell. In that case, what's the most terrifying crayon color you can think of? There's this one green shade that I remember not liking because it looked too much like a booger. I don't remember what it was called, though. It probably tastes like booger too. If we're going by you guys' sense of taste tied to color, perhaps. Spring green? Bro, I don't know. Let me look at a freaking image of crayons.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I can tell what this is for. Egan, thank you for the 1122. Nice. Yeah. I bet you guys have missed this classic. Nice. Yayoi Maka said that was the first time they'd drawn cake in a while. They thought you're very pretty.
Really? That makes me happy.
I like Yayoi Maka-san's art. There was actually a point of time in Kawaii where we thought about commissioning Yayoi Maka for an art piece. I think that was initially our plan before we decided to switch to Kome for the office lady art. The spicy OL. I think going with Kome was still the right move, but it was almost Yayoi Maka-san. I love OL Yuno, so do I. I think about her. I love her so much. Pretty, pretty woman. I guess another benefit to me managing to get a normie job would mean that we'd be getting a lot of OL Yuno for sure. That would probably be pretty epic. The spicy oil was very nice. I love Kome-san. Kome's brain is so big. I hope that I will be able to commission Kome for more work in the future too. Because I really like the stuff that Kome makes. Their art style is very good. Oh well, you know, but also you know in general. No, stop! I'll cry.
I'll cry.
Why are you spamming sauces? Well, I guess you haven't started spamming yet, but why are you talking about sauce? And also Buno. Why is Buno separate? Why is Buno a separate entity in this equation? Explain. Why not? They're begging for sauce. Why do the people want sauce? The need for sauce. No comment? Sus. That's a very suspicious time to say no comment. Don't like that. Holian days. Also, I just like all versions of Yuno Buno included. But again, why is Buno the separate entity? Aren't I Buno? They're gonna get lost in the sauce. Aren't we all, man? Caught up in the zone. I ask myself that every day. You ask if you are Buno? I should hope that the answer is no. Please do not have an identity crisis and assume that you are me. Do not form a version of me in your head. Some days it is. I don't know if I like that very much. Man, my nose is literally so itchy. Ugh. I hope it'll stop soon. I was actually kind of worried this morning because I woke up not feeling super great. I was like sneezing a lot last night and into this morning. And then my throat was a little bit dry and I was like, uh-oh, please don't make me sick. Please no cold. On top of everything else I deal with in my life, I do not need a cold. I think I'm okay, but I was a bit worried. Allergy season? It shouldn't really be allergies because I don't go outside. But there is a chance. Sometimes I do get sick during the transition between cold weather to warm weather. That's usually the one time I get sick. Like seasonally, or I get sick like once or twice a year like that, and it will usually be because of weather changes. The joy of spring. Yeah, the joy of spring. I do still love spring. I think it's still my favorite season. That's the thing, the pollen comes inside. No, don't come inside. I don't think I have a pollen allergy, though. But I don't know for sure. Never been tested for it. Spring is nice until everyone cuts their lawns, then I cry. Oh, because of all of the grass in the air. That's also valid. Ah, yes, the smell of spring. Gasoline. Terrible. What are allergies? Something that I am pretty sure I don't have. I mean, I have allergies to some foods, but I don't think I have any allergies to pollen. The reason I was mentioning sauces is because I thought we were discussing Asian-related dishes. We were not. We were discussing Yuno-themed dishes, but not... whatever. Better than the buzz of mosquitoes. God, I hate mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes! If I could eliminate one creature off of the earth, it would be mosquitoes. Don't worry, you know you can always develop allergies. I don't want to! I don't want allergies. I'm good, thanks. Amen, thank you. I high five. This is the holy doctrine, eliminating mosquitoes. What do you mean mosquitoes are awesome? They literally don't serve any real purpose besides being a menace. I breathe in extra hard during night just to help cull the mosquito population. That's crazy. But no, I cannot freaking stand mosquitoes. I've said this before, but I'm very sensitive to mosquito bites, like more than the average person. If I get bit by a mosquito even just like once, and even if I don't itch it, it swells really, really bad. And then of course it gets worse when I do itch it. But then it also leaves like a permanent like scar. I hate them. They suck. And I used to be such an outdoorsy kid. I loved like going camping and like hanging out at bonfires and stuff, but now I literally can't risk it because I'm so sensitive to mosquito bites. And like, it wasn't because I started being indoors more often. I was outside and like still living my outdoorsy bonfire loving life, and then I would get bit by mosquitoes and they started swelling really, really, really bad. And it was actually OniMama who told me I should probably reduce how much I go out because the bites were getting so insane. Does repellent not work? No, sir. They just love me so much. They're like, I know there's repellent here, but yum yum. Yummy Oni blood. I know, right? Oni blood is very sweet, confirmed. Yes. Didn't know I had that much in common with a mosquito. Tamagotchi rubbing their little hands together like flies, except they are mosquitoes. But no, there was literally a time I made sure to eat something extra garlicky before I went out, because my friends wanted to go to a drive-in theater, and I wanted to go too, but I was scared to sit outside because of the mosquitoes, so I ate something really garlicky, and I wore layers, and I still came home with really bad mosquito bites. I was like, not even the garlic got these friggin' assholes to leave me alone. No. It was terrible. Also, do you know how much it sucks to have to wear layers in summer? It was so warm. Jover. Was garlic a mosquito repellent? It's supposed to be, yes. Home remedies don't work. Bathe in DEET. It's Jover. I don't want to do that. Try being really sweaty or really hairy. No! I don't want to be like that. Why garlic? Now you're a walking bowl of spaghetti for mosquitoes. It was what OniMama told me to do. OniMama was like, eat a bunch of garlic. That'll get them to not come near you. And I was like, this is gonna repel vampires more so than mosquitoes, but I guess I'll try it. Onigiri. The Oni noodles. I was about to say she might have confused them for vampires. I don't know. OniMama was a big proponent of a lot of home remedy type stuff, so it might have just been an old wives' tale that she heard. And so she thought it would work for me. We were desperate. They follow breaths, which is why they find you. You need something on the skin they hate so they don't land. I suppose that's fair. Well, now I'm at the point where I just don't go outside anymore, so I guess in the end, I avoid mosquitoes. I just can't avoid the other outdoor stuff. I used to carry a bottle of calamine to day camp. Whenever someone tries a flowery spray to keep the bugs away, all I can think of is fine dining. Making yourself smell extra good for the mosquitoes. I hate them. But I still think mosquitoes deserve to be extinct. One of these days, shakes my fist. They also don't really do anything for the ecosystem. So, like, of all creatures, they are the thing that you could remove and it would not really hurt literally any other creature. Mosquitoes do have good taste, at least. They usually would bite around my ankles. Or, like, on my arms. I remember the year it was, like, the worst. I was getting a bunch of them around my ankles and on my legs. Never my thighs, really. Usually below the knee. You got foot broquitos? I hate that. Some other bugs eat mosquito larvae to survive, so other stuff would be hurt, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But, like, wouldn't they be able to find other types of larvae to eat, though? That's what I mean. Like, the thing about getting rid of mosquitoes is that usually even creatures that do eat mosquitoes have other alternatives. Like, it doesn't need to specifically be mosquito whatever. But this was something I heard, like, years ago, so maybe that is different now. Probably that's where the blood vessels are close to the skin. Probably. Anyway, mosquito hate. What if we replaced every mosquito with a tiny flying Yuno? Well, a tiny flying Yuno would be very picky. That much is for sure. So you probably wouldn't get picked on by a flying Yuno. Because she's very picky. Maybe caterpillars will start drinking your blood now the mosquitoes are gone. They suddenly turn carnivorous. She comes and sips on your milk that's uncovered. True. I'm here to drink your milk. Lem lem. There are moths that drink blood now. I hate that. I agree. I also didn't need to know this. Oh, I hate that. Ugh. Holds my head. O plus blood here. Mosquitoes love me. I think I've said this before. I don't know my blood type. Onimama never really bothered to tell me. And the times I've gone to the doctor, I've never really bothered to ask. I don't know how common or not common that is. O and E blood type. Do you think I'm O? Like, I know there's a lot of, Japanese, like, a lot of Japanese anime and, like, specifically otome games. They will often mention a character's blood type because they assign blood types, like, personality traits, and it usually means, like, certain things. I don't remember a lot of those traits, but I don't know what my blood type is. O positive is the most common blood type in the world. O negative and O positive are the most common. Red. I should hope so. I should hope it's red. It's a whole horoscope kind of thing. Yeah. I remember donating blood once and being like, oh, I got a cool blood type, and I don't remember what that is. I shake your hand. It's just not really something that you think to remember, I guess. But yeah, I have no idea. Have it in my wallet at all times. Slay. I love that for you. Most common blood type varies by country. Oh. O blood is common but recessive. 1A or 1B makes you an A or B. Oh. You see, Commander, you have a very rare blood type. That's why there's no record of it. Me with the rare blood type that attracts all the vampires. Maybe that's why Onimama was trying to get me to eat a lot of garlic. She knew that otherwise I would be targeted by vampires. She prevented me from being part of Diabolic Lovers. It's so Jover. Okay, spider monkey. Ugh, talking about mosquitoes has made me so itchy now. I hate this. Owaru. Spider monkey. I'm A-O positive. I have a recessive O in there, so A+. Oh! I feel like I remember this from school. Very, very slightly, I remember. Well, that doesn't mean I know my blood type. I'm not aware. Mosquitoes, vampires, nuns, everyone wants a piece of Yuno? Yes. And girls. Girls also want me. Hello, women. Last time I went camping, mosquitoes murdered my knees all night and my legs were covered in welts. I hate! Yeah. You don't gotta brag, man. Except that I do, because I'm very happy about this fact. Can't confirm, ma'am, girls. Let's go! Punnett squares. Man, I was so good at Punnett squares. I slayed at Punnett squares. Then the rest of science happened and I'd be like, what? What's happening? One of my greatest fears is getting bitten by a Culex. I think you should say that. Culex mosquito and getting elephantiasis? Hmm? I've never heard of this. I'm probably gonna freak myself out by looking it up, but I'm gonna. Oh, severe swelling of the legs, arms, and other body parts. Ugh. Ugh. Don't like that. Don't like that. Not looking it up to see pictures. Don't like it. I haven't thought of Punnett squares in a hot minute. It's one of those, it's just one of many things that you don't end up really needing in your everyday life, like most math. I don't actually remember how to do a Punnett square, but I remember that I was good at them when we did have to do them. Weird thing to remember, but I do remember it. Okay. I just realized how late it is. Oops. I still have some stuff I have to do before I can go to bed also, but I have a morning stream, so I should probably wrap up here. I've been having fun yapping, though. I'll get a chat with you guys. Wait. It's still morning? No, it's not. Stop. Stop, it's not. It is going to become morning in 30 minutes, though, which is why I should probably end so that I can go finish what I need to do and get rest. But I love getting to chat with you guys. It's always fun. I love OniMon. Yippee! We'll probably use this asset a little bit more often. Not, like, frequently, obviously, but I'm glad that the people like the nun outfit. Let's go, wee! Tomorrow is Grace's. 10 a.m. I will try to play for a decent amount of time. I'm trying to get further in it. Because we do have more JRPGs to get to eventually. So we'll try to make good progress in that. I am off on Wednesday. Thursday is Tiny Garden. Friday is Okami. Saturday is Members. I'll probably be posting for Members sometime later this week to see if you guys have any specific games you would like to play, or if we're just going to play the old classiques, which is like Jackbox or I'd say golf, but I still haven't replenished my alcohol, and I feel like golf is more fun when I drink. Jolf. Yeah, we'll have to see. There are options. We'll figure something out. But I'll probably post about that for Members sometime later this week. Yes. I missed last time to the Members through Patreon work. So the way it had to work was I had to make the room private first and then switch it from private to unlisted. And that would usually mean it wouldn't get caught by the bot. I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So I just have to make the room private for a little bit, and then when I'm ready to share it, make it unlisted. So you'll probably get the waiting room on like Friday or maybe early Saturday, so that you have time to get the link. I haven't made the waiting room for Members yet because I'm nervous. But I do think it's working if I do it that way. So we will see. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. It's always a good time. I would stay for 99 years if I could, but unfortunately, I do have to keep some semblance of balance or else I will explode. Smile. But I do like spending time with you. Never think that I don't, okay? Please. Because I do. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu! Have a good night, guys.